guys! Welcome to episode 7.
Episode 7 of the pod. Today, we're going to be talking about something. Actually, it's a callback to an earlier episode where we talked about how we wanted to have a long conversation with you guys about something, honestly, kind of serious.
This is serious, honestly.
And let's start off with our affirmation, and then we'll get into it.
Right into it.
Right. My psychiatrist will always listen to me. My psychiatrist will always listen to me. Now, you might assume from that affirmation that this is going to be a little bit about mental health.
Are you scratching my brain?
Oh, your mental needs some help. You need some mental help. You need a lobotomy. Just kidding.
Okay.
Anyway, but we wanted to talk about something that I feel like is probably like really common.
I feel like since we both deal with it,
a bunch of you have to be dealing with it.
Yeah, 2 people.
That's a lot of people.
It's got a lot of
so
people.
It's got to be at least. We know it's at least 2.
So 2 of you that are watching, and then like probably 2 of your friends.
Yeah. So send them this. If you have a mentally ill friend, send them this pod, and they'll relate.
Yeah, probably relate. Yeah.
Anyway, the big topic in question is we want to talk about the struggle, I would say, that it is to get medicated
and getting it right. Like, I feel like there's actually not anything that's actually 100% right for everyone.
I swear.
Not for everyone.
Yeah.
There's not. I just swear.
For context, I am not currently medicated.
And for context, I am.
Yeah. She's on like 20 different drugs. No, I'm kidding.
Practically.
But I was medicated, so that's why I have some input here.
She has some input. And I've got some output.
Oh,
yeah,
she's got some input. She's putting some input and she's putting some output as well.
Yeah.
Anyways. I mean, honestly, like, where do I even start? I don't
even know where to start. I don't know where to start here.
I think the toughest thing for me, and the reason that I'm not medicated, I guess we could start there.
Yeah.
The reason I am not currently medicated is because it burnt me out so much to attempt to get medicated. Like, I went, and obviously, you start, and I was young, and I think another thing is when you're medicating people young, it's tough. I think so many things are so many other things, right? So, like, depression is anxiety, could be so many things. Could be ADHD. So many symptoms. And that's it makes it so hard to fucking medicate something.
Yeah.
Which is, like,
it's just, like, honestly, because if you have, like, anxiety, that can get you, like, depressed, or it can make you have ADHD or whatever. Yeah. And then, what do you get,
Yeah.
What do you get?
It's like, you can't put yourself on a fucking cocktail of medicines, like, especially that young. They don't just stick you with everything, right? And so I was put on what I think most people are put on, which is, like, an SSRI. And, I went through my fair share of SSRIs and going up and down in dosage. And I think the tough thing is, for me, is, like, when I was on them, one, it takes a while to start working, which fucking sucks, because in my experience, when you get medicated, you already are at the point where you need it to be working. Right? You're not medicating, like, at least I wasn't as a kid. Like, I wasn't medicating for the future.
No.
I was, like, I was given a prescription because it was, like, really fucking bad, right? It's not like, oh, this could get bad. Let's get you on this. And so you want this immediate relief, and you just don't fucking get it. And it's, like, insanely discouraging.
Yeah. And also, at least for me, I had to go to the doctor. And then they're like, well, have you tried this? And I'm like, actually, I have. I've tried everything. And then they're like,
have you tried just going on a walk?
Have you guys tried going on a walk? Actually, it does help, but...
You tried journaling?
As much as that, actually, it
does help a little, for sure.
But how are you supposed to... I don't know.
At some point, like, you do, like, like, I'm not like we should medicate everyone, but I do think there are cases in where you like, literally should just get medicated.
Probably, yeah.
So, anyway, continue.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Anyways... So, go to the doctor, and they're like, oh, well, you could probably get, like, a psychiatrist. You know how hard it was to get a psychiatrist? Like, you had to, like, call them and then get put on, like, the wait list because, they have too many people. But don't you want my money? Like, I would assume you want more money.
You want me to kill myself? Be honest.
Want me to kill myself? Because I might. I don't know. Actually. Anyways, Yeah, no, it just took so long. And then once you go there, you know, like, they don't just put you on something like the first time you ever had to visit with them. They'll be like, oh, well, we could, like, maybe check back, like, in a week on how you feel taking, like, some, like, over-the-counter.
Oh, yeah, they're like, why don't you take some, like, magnesium to calm the fuck down?
I'm like, magnesium? I've actually tried that.
Yeah, I've tried it all, babe.
Or
you
like,
can't sleep? Try some melatonin. Oh, I do.
Oh, I have tried some of that, yeah. Or, like, I think it's Ollie.
Yeah, the, like, little... Those, little gummies. I swear to God, those are just marketing. That is a scam. They just look cute. They're in a cute little bottle, and they're like... It's always like, women's health, mental health. And I'm like, you're fixing me with this little gummy?
With this little gummy bear?
And you never fix me with this little gummy bear, ever.
I tried that stress one, did absolutely nothing. And it's like $20 for this bottle.
Shit is expensive.
It is.
It's a scam.
And it didn't even do anything.
Gotta say, I think it's a scam.
It's like a placebo. It's like, see?
Yeah.
You feel better, and you don't. But whatever. So, yeah. Finally get to the psychiatrist, and I don't really like her.
Oh, fuck. I, like, literally, yeah, I've never had a psychiatrist. I went through my therapist, who then went through my pediatrician at the time, because, like I said, I was younger.
Yeah.
And so I had been going to therapy. Again, I started going to therapy after I needed the therapy, as one does. Well, like, right. I obviously went because my parents were finally like, holy shit, okay, yeah, you could go. So I'm going or whatever, and she's like, yeah, like, we can try getting you medicated, because clearly nothing's really working. Yeah. All your therapy techniques and my homework and going home and writing all the things that are triggering me to feel the way I feel, and it's like, oh, I know why I feel how I feel. I just can't stop it, even if I know why. So get my ass on some medication. So yeah. I got on it, and I waited my 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. Long time, okay? And I honestly, I could not tell. And I know some people are like, well, that actually means it's working. But it wasn't like, oh, I'm not sad anymore, I don't need to take this. It was more just like, anything. Oh, like, I don't feel anything. Like, I feel like that is a step that I think most people getting medicated go through, which is, oh my fucking God, is this what it's supposed to be like?
Yeah. Feeling absolutely nothing.
Yeah, like, I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I can't come. That's a big one. You're just like a shell of yourself.
Yeah, you feel like you're in a jar.
Is that what happy is? And then you eventually realize maybe not.
Maybe not.
You go to your therapist or your psychiatrist, and you're like, this isn't working. And then they go, oh, well, let's start that whole fucking process over again, if you're lucky. Or they go, it's a little too high. Yeah. Let's lower that dosage.
Let's bump it down.
I went from, like, a mid-sized dosage to my first antidepressant to, like, a really low one to, like, a really high one. Like, they were trying every dosage fucking possible of this one antidepressant before they wanted to switch me. And I was like, all right, like, what are you supposed to do? You know, I can't sit there and demand that they switch my medicine. And I can say, I want to switch my medicine, but they'll be like, well, we just need to find the right dosage. Like, oh, what if there is no right dosage?
Yeah, maybe this one's just not going to work for me.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that personally right now.
Yeah. And it's tough because, I mean, it is really common for people to say, like, well, it starts working and then you think you don't need it anymore. Right. Which, I mean, it wasn't working for me. And I would also do a fun thing where it would work for me for, like, once I got through the trial period, it would work for me for a little, and I'd be like, oh, okay, this is cool. And it would just, like, it would come, like, back worse. Which was odd. And I think it's because probably I just don't respond well to SSRIs. And then I never explored outside of that because I feel like it's harder to get, like, like, you can get, like, sertraline and, like, what's the other ones? I'm trying to think. Like, Prozac. Yeah. She didn't like Prozac. There's a bunch of them. No. But those SSRIs are, I think, kind of easy to come by because they're, like, the dual, like, anti-anxiety, anti-depression ones. So they sort of link up.
They link.
And so they will put you through every SSRI, in my experience, before they even think about putting you on something else. Yeah. And it's like, well, maybe I just don't need an SSRI. Maybe it's not for me.
Maybe, yeah. At least Prozac, circle back to that.
Yeah, please.
Prozac, yeah, okay. That was actually my first thing ever. They were like, I can't remember because I did get, like, they were like, oh, you should go to a therapist, you know, like, talk out your feelings, which that did not help me. I'm not really good at, like, telling people how I feel, and then I got nothing out of it, honestly. I mean, maybe a little, but whatever. That's besides the point. Prozac.
Yeah.
I think, like, you know, like the smallest dosage, whatever. I wait the 2 weeks that it takes, and I'm like, I actually don't feel anything. Like, I don't feel any change. I feel the same how I did before. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, okay, bump it up. And then, sorry, scared.
We scared the cat.
Then, you know, you don't really have to wait as long. It kind of, like, works a little faster.
Right, because it's in your system.
Yeah, but it still does, like, a week. And then, like, all right, whatever. I kept getting bumped up, and then eventually I felt, like, I think there was, like, probably some dosage that would have worked. But then I was way too high on it, and I felt absolutely nothing. Like,
and that was actually your mental lowest.
That was I felt the lowest then, because I was like, I don't really...
She was just doing whatever.
I was doing
whatever. There's, like, it's a disregard for your own life that's, like, crazy. Like, it's not actively wanting to die, but it's also just, like, not giving a single fuck.
Yeah. I was, like, a junior in high school, and, like, I used to not want to be late to any of my classes. Showed up, like, 10 minutes prior to when I was really supposed to be there. You know, because I was, like, I don't want to be late. And I was just strolling around the halls, just, like, 20 minutes late, just getting in there. And I'm like, hey, had to go to the bathroom. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, for 20 minutes, I guess. I don't know. But that's my...
Yeah.
Prozac did not work for me. But maybe it will for you.
Yeah, and I mean, like, to be fair, obviously, like, we're name-dropping brands. It has nothing to... Like, our experience with a certain medication has nothing to do with anyone else's. Like, I honestly don't remember if I tried Prozac, but maybe it would work really well for me.
Maybe.
And it's literally so individual, up to you, which is why it's obviously so hard to find the right one. And I get that doctors can't be handing out pills like candy.
Yeah.
And they want to, like, find the thing that's right for you. But it is, like, it's so discouraging. And if you're already in, like, that sort of, like, I'm not getting better kind of thing that happens with depression, where it's just, like, I'm going to feel like this forever.
Yeah.
And then you're finally actively trying to fix that, and it's not fucking working. It, like, honestly makes it so much worse. In my experience. I was, like, going to therapy, and I was medicated, and I was feeling just as bad, and it made me spiral into, like, well, if I'm doing everything right, like, why isn't it working? Getting fixed?
Yeah.
Like, back then I could say, well, you're not really doing the steps you need to be doing, so that's why you feel like shit. But then when you are doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and you still feel like shit, it's just, like, a level of, like, fuck. Like, it's so disheartening. And it's, like, literally, it's so disheartening for me personally that, like, I had to just give up on meds. I think, like, therapy, after getting older and learning there are different kinds of therapy, I think going back to therapy would be good for me. I don't think just, like, regular talk therapy was it for me. I overanalyze the fuck out of my feelings internally anyway. Like, it was never, like, why do you feel like that? Like, what are you feeling? Like, I know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. I know why I'm feeling like that. But, like, I can't. It doesn't matter. Right? And so when you're having normal talk therapy and they're just like, well, let's, like, write about our feelings and let's do this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's not what I need. I need someone to be like, oh, you want to, like, kill yourself? You need to go dump your head in the biggest bucket of ice you possibly can find and, like, go do something insane to reset your nervous system. Like, that type of therapy.
That would work.
That would work better. I don't know if it would work, like, perfectly, but, like, better than just sitting there and being like, I'm sad today. Why are you sad? Because I feel like a failure because I didn't get this done and I didn't do, like, I know why. And then I can literally also say the exact same thing of, like, and I know that, like, what I do and how productive I am doesn't determine my worth. I know all of that. It doesn't help me to know that. You know what I mean? So, like, talk therapy didn't do it.
No.
And so it didn't do shit. And so that sucks. And then it's like, well, I'm like, I do not want to try medication and get worse or honestly even stay the same because I know myself and I'll just be like, well, why do I even fucking try?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with all that.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
And I mean, you're on, like, I mean, your fucking psychiatrist gives you shit that, like,
oh my god.
Yeah, she literally had a whole,
Okay.
Go off, queen. It's time for some,
I'll name drop.
What's the name for our, time for some kind of harsh.
Kind of harsh. All right, not gonna name drop her, but I am on Wellbutrin, okay? And that, she's telling me that it's, like, in the beginning, she told me that was, like, and it's gonna help with depression, because that was probably the most what I needed at the time, but also, it's really anxiety, too, and, like, you can't really get it's hard to get medicated for anxiety, because that's just, like, I don't know. Like, if you fix it, then, like, it's a little, like, oh, well, now I don't feel like anything. But then, like, if you, I don't know. She was telling me all about how it was so hard. I'm like, okay, well, I don't care. Get me on. Don't get me on
Get me
Prozac
a
again,
Xanax,
but
baby
like,
girl.
give me some Xanax. No,
Just kidding.
I'm kidding.
Give me some benzos.
Right. But anyway, so I'm like on like the highest dosage because she just kept upping it. Whatever. The first time I told her, she's like, "Oh well, you're feeling really happy this like right now because everything is just doing. You're just
oh my god,
everything is going so well for you. Okay, you're going on some trips. Like I was telling her, I was like." She was basically, like, my therapist. I was just, like, telling her everything I was doing. She's like, oh, well, that is why you're so happy, because you're about to go to the beach and go on this trip and this and that. You're going to college. It's, like, a whole new place. It's going to be, you're going to be, blah, 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 you know? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm so happy. Okay, whatever. So she's like, I'm going to leave you on that because I don't want you to get depressed when you're in college. So I'm not going to take you off of it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Sure. Yeah. Then we had, like, a little call when I was in college. And I was like, yeah, it's not really doing anything to me. That I feel honestly like worse. Like can I get off of it? No. Oh, okay. Just I'd like you to always be on it, basically. And I'm like, all right, sure. And before, I think it was like in the summer, she was like, oh, this is what could help you. It was like some hydroxyzine or something for sleeping. It's like for people who have insomnia, which is not me really. Like I can sleep or I can't sleep, but it's not because of anything. God,
get me some of that shit.
You can have mine.
Yeah. Just fucking
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm so serious here. Anyways, so yeah, she like puts me on that and I like take it, but it just like knocks me out. At least for me, knocks me out. And then all of the next day, just sleeping.
Groggy.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, this ain't working. So I just stopped taking it. And then recently when I went back there, I was like basically screaming my feelings. I mean, not really, but I was like, I don't want to take it anymore. Like, put me on something else. Like, it's not working, this and that. She prescribes me the whatever the stuff thing is again. And then she like lowers the Wellbutrin to like 150 or something. She's like, and maybe this will help you like feel less whatever. And I'm like, I don't, whatever. But I also do get, like, she can't just take me off Wellbutrin and put me on something else before she lowers it.
Right.
But I have already tried. You can't just cold turkey stop.
I was actually about to say, and I don't suggest anyone else do this because obviously other people, I've heard bad things about people quitting cold turkey. But I think the way that I knew that I wasn't making up, that my medication wasn't working, was that I have friends who are medicated that when they forget their meds, there is like a tangible difference. And I'm not saying like I can see it, even though I can with some of them, but they'll tell me. They're like, I didn't take my fucking meds today. Like, shit is off the walls. Like, I feel like shit. I'm like, okay. People that have like quit cold turkey and like get really fucking sad, like get majorly depressed. I quit so many of my meds, and you can sit here and tell me like, oh, well, that's why they didn't work. And I'm saying like after consistent use, exactly. I would just be like, this is bullshit. Yeah. Quit them cold turkey. Nothing would fucking change. Yeah. Because it wasn't doing shit for me. And that's like, that confirmed it in my head that I was not insane. Because I feel like you get told a lot, like, that's just how you feel when it's working. Yeah. It's like constant. And it's like, it's not though. I think I know my own brain. And I think I know it's not fucking working. And so I just quit it. And I actually have in my bedside table probably like so many pills because I just stopped. And I still had prescriptions left. And I didn't want people to know I stopped taking it, so I kept refilling it until it was done. Real, actually. I did not want that lecture because they'll just start, like, people will start blaming shit on the fact that you're not on your meds, even though I knew that was not what it was. And it's just a good reason to get pissed at it, you know? Exactly. It's like, well, you're not even trying. It's like, oh, I tried. Well, I tried. And it failed. And it's not like I didn't try, like, long enough. Like, I tried, like, months, years, whatever. Yeah. And it, like, still didn't do anything. But I can assure you, Wellbutrin, well, for me, actually should not assure you, because don't do this, probably. I stopped cold turkey for, like, months, and then I, like, even told, like, I told my mom, and I told my psychiatrist, and they were like, oh my god, why would you do that? Like, you need to start taking it, like, right now again. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, girl, I didn't kill myself, so. Yeah, I'm like, fine. Like, I haven't taken it for, like, 90 days, like, literally, I'm fine. I remember you not being medicated, and then I remember you getting medicated again and going through, like, an insane manic episode. Yes, that did happen. Yeah.
I just be putting you on everything.
That's the other thing. Fuck. Talk about things that have overlapping symptoms. It's like that. It's like bipolar. It's like BPD.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, so if I'm taking an SSRI and that's something that I have, which again, I haven't gone to a therapist or a psychiatrist in years. So, you know, maybe now that I'm older, we could get me a better diagnosis. But I have like, I guess it is like low-key trauma. Like low-key medical trauma from like trying and failing so hard. It made me like so scared to try again. But like, yeah, so if it's that, it's like none of that's gonna do anything, right? So it's, you just have to, finding the right diagnosis hard. Then even once you have the right diagnosis, finding the right medication, it feels like a fucking losing game. And like, honestly, if you have meds that work for you,
I'm
so happy for you. Keep fucking taking them. I'm jealous happy. For sure. But like, and if this is not all to say like don't try getting medicated, because I think once you get the right medication, and honestly, if you like, obviously if you really need it, like you should be fighting for your own self. Like you need to be advocating for yourself, and hopefully you have someone that listens.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you need to change psychiatrist, by the way. Been telling her. But yeah, it's just, it's tough. And like, if you're already like mentally, it's just crazy. I love that like the universe was like giving God's hardest battles to his weakest soldiers. Because I'm sitting here fighting my own demons, and now I have to fight the healthcare system to get me on a drug that works. Are you kidding? Plus, that shit's expensive.
It is.
I hate to say it, like therapy, medication, like, I mean, I'm not like, it's not something that like if I go, I'm gonna like not be able to like live, which like I'm so grateful for that I have that. And you know, that's why I want to go back, is because it's like, it's a privilege to be able to try to fix it. So I should probably try, because there's people that literally can't, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird, and I just feel like the whole thing is way too complicated. Like, I would love if they could do a little scan of my brain and go, this is what's wrong, like, this is what you need, and you should start just take it.
And this is, like, the perfect amount. Like, it should just have a scan, like, oh, I can see that, whatever, and you need this. Take this medication, whatever, at this amount of like milligrams or whatever it is, you know?
I want it to be like, perfect. You know, you go to the doctor, you know, from experience, you go to the doctor, you have a kidney infection, they go, you have a kidney infection, and they go, here's a shot in your ass, and it'll feel better really quickly. Yeah. And then it does. Yeah. That would be great. Like a shot in my little brain. But no.
Nope. You have to wait the 4 weeks or whatever. Yeah. I mean, 2 to 4 weeks for it to start working, to see if it even works, but like, those 2 to 4 weeks, I might kill myself.
It's crazy. No, seriously. And, oh, God. And on top of that, when I was getting medicated, there was, like, a time where I was also, like, on birth control. And, like, that also added, like, a whole new layer of fucked upness.
Birth control is horrible.
I actually am one of the luckiest people in the sense that I never went through anything insane on birth control. And I have an IUD now, which, holy shit, I could talk about getting an IUD and having one for hours. That shit was crazy. But it's like a hormonal IUD, and like I actually am like one of the few people who, like, when I get hormonal birth control, like I actually am like, nothing really changed for me. I think it did interact with the antidepressants a little bit, because when I was on both of them, I felt like there was just, it was like, I like already kind of dissociate, like I have like a, you know, and so I think it was like way worse. I was just like, where am I? But now it's fine, which is also why I'm scared to get medicated again, because I have hormonal birth control inside of my fucking uterus. So it's not like I could just quit that and see if the medication works better without it. I'd have to get that bitch yanked out, and it would hurt so bad.
It probably would, yeah.
So
that's actually true, because birth control, I was on birth control while I was on Prozac, and like Prozac did not end well, and I already think that was probably why, and I did then just stop birth control cold turkey. I don't know if that's really what you're supposed to do, but I did. I don't really care. Yeah. And I kept getting like the box, like, I don't know, I got it in the mail from some company. And it just kept coming. Like, so now I have like an abundance of it. Yeah. Could start taking it again, I guess.
Yeah. Love birth control. I mean, like,
that always stressed me out though. You have to take it at the
exact same time. That shit was stressful. You double up the pill, but it's not as effective the next day type shit. Oh, there was so many rules to it. And honestly, I'm bad with time stuff. So like, getting medicated would be really hard for me right now anyway. Honestly, the only thing I can do is I can give my cats their antidepressants relatively on time. Like around 9 o'clock every day. So I guess I would just take it with them. Yeah. Be like, Mommy's, I think my cats are on Prozac.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, I think they
That's
actually
crazy.
are. That's
My
crazy. I'm
cats
glad
are-
it's working for them.
Yeah, it's working really well.
I'm glad.
Yeah, good for my kitties.
Good for them.
Yeah, one of them is super anxious and one of them is really like aggressive. Well, not really aggressive, but he's a big guy with a lot to say.
Lots of feelings.
Yeah, he's got a lot of feelings, but so do I.
Yeah,
they got it from their mommy.
Mommies.
But yeah, that's
That's
I
our
would
little
love to hear what
rant.
medicine you guys are on,
And if
because
it
I
works
know
for
there's
you.
some medicated bitches in the chat.
Yeah.
What medicine are you on? Does it work for you? And what should I
Would you
tell
recommend?
what should I tell my new therapist or psychologist if I get one? You know, to get them to put me on it.
Yeah. And if you're on Xanax, like, let me know.
Yeah, I'll buy some off you. Just kidding.
I'm kidding. This is all serious.
Yeah,
We're serious.
No,
geese.
seriously. I'll go up to my fucking new therapist. I'll be like, hey, my name's Aiden. Yeah, like, so we can kind of skip all this. A commenter on my podcast told me that she's on Zoloft. Oh, I think I was on Zoloft for a while.
Zoloft, yeah.
Like, yeah, told me she's on Zoloft and then it's good. So just put me on that and it's probably fine.
Lexapro. Put me on the Lexapro.
Yeah. I want one that looks cute. I think if the pill looked cute, I would take it.
Maybe, yeah.
Make my depression aesthetic.
Yeah. Wellbutrin? Wait, did
What
I say
color
that?
is Wellbutrin?
That's what I'm on right now. I don't know. Did I
Yeah,
say
you did.
that? Okay, good. It's literally round and it's white and it's got some like numbers on it.
Interesting. I think
I'd like some hot pink ones, maybe.
Right?
Blue, green.
Something interesting. Give me a good color.
Give me a good color. Don't give me freaking white. I don't want white.
That's
Give me
lame.
rainbow or something.
That would be cool. I'd be encouraged.
I'd be encouraged too.
All right.
Anyways,
Well, yeah, give us.
that's our little
drop
rant.
your medication and your personal information in the comments below. Give me your
Yes.
history of mental illness, your diagnosis,
Who diagnosed you
who
with that?
diagnosed you,
Where you live.
where you live. If you like your therapist, does she do or he? No, actually, I don't want a male therapist. So, does she do virtual appointments? Can I hit her up?
Can I hit her up? Can you give me the contact information?
Does she accept my insurance? I won't tell you what my insurance is now, but if you hit me up with someone, I might. I'll go. Does she accept? Beep. Does she accept this?
Whoa.
Anyway, y'all.
Sorry,
Sorry
what?
for the really serious episode, but we are serious geese, and
are
every once in a
serious.
while we want to be serious.
Yes, and this was serious.
This was a serious one.
And yeah, so either get medicated or
Don't.
don't.
But
Go on a walk,
take care of yourself,
please.
please. We love you, and also we really
love
cannot
you.
afford audience members dying.
Dying, no, please.
We
do
already
not
do not
die.
have enough. So
Don't
if
have
you
enough.
die,
Please,
like
one.
God, we'd really feel that.
We would
Just
like,
know
die.
we would care.
We would care.
I
lot.
care.
I care. Anyways,
Jeez. Love you guys.
love you. Bye.